So welcome to Body Basics by Beth. We're going to be doing our full body flow today. Nice vinyasa flow to kind of get the body warmed up, get us loosened up, and get our juices flowing so we can start our day and set our intentions for today as well. So it's a busy time of the year, and we are going to try to focus on the here and now and set our intentions and get going with the flow. So if you are on your mat, find a nice comfortable seating position. Maybe elongate up through that spine. Focusing on that breath, fully inhaling and fully exhaling. Trying to find the calm as we get closer and closer to the holidays and bring this 2020 year to an end. Inhale, and as you exhale, dropping that right ear over to that right shoulder. Loosen up the neck a little bit here. Inhaling, bring that head straight up, and then exhaling the left ear over to the left shoulder. We carry a lot of tension through our shoulders and neck. Inhale back to center. Exhale back over towards the right. Inhale, just flowing with your breath back over towards the left. Bringing head back to center, dropping the chin towards our chest. And then roll the right ear over to that right shoulder, and then slowly rolling back over towards the left. Bringing our head back to the center, we're going to inhale our arms up overhead. Exhale, hands back down. Inhale up. Exhale down. It's a little windy out here today. Place that right hand on the mat. Inhaling over with our left. Opening that left side. Inhale to center. Exhale the left hand over. Reaching with the right side. Inhale back to center. Placing hands on your knees, taking the left hand to that right knee. Inhale as you elongate up through that spine. Exhaling, set the right hand behind, coming into a slight twist with rotation. Focusing on slightly rotating with every exhale. Inhale, hands to center. We're going to exhale that right hand to that left knee. Place the left hand behind us. Inhale, arms up towards center. Exhale, hands down. Walking the hands out front. Slowly just walking forward. And coming up to sitting. Rolling over to our knees, coming to our tabletop. Inhaling, we're going to tuck our toes up underneath, send our hips towards the sky, coming into our downward facing dog, maybe keeping the knees bent to start. Pressing down through those heels and pressing the mat away with our hands. Fingers spread wide like a little starfish. Inhale as you exhale, step forward with the left foot. On the next exhale, we're going to step forward with the right, coming into our standing forward fold. You can either bring your big toes together, heels partly separated, or maybe have your feet hips distance apart. Inhale halfway up, find that length, flat back. Exhale down. Once again, inhale halfway up, and then exhale back down. We're going to reverse swan dive, maintain that flat back. Coming up to our mountain pose, inhaling arms up overhead. exhaling hands by our side. Once again, inhale, arms up overhead. Coming into a slight back bend. And then exhaling hands by our side. Inhaling up, reaching over to the left as you ground through that right foot. I'll show you a front pose. Breathing in deep to that right side, really opening those ribs. Inhale to center and exhale over to your right, grounding through that left foot. Inhale back to center. Taking a little bit wider stance, we're going to come into some moonflowers and sunflowers as we loosen the body up. So inhale, arms up. Exhaling as you pull your elbows down towards your ribs. And then to add the other part of our moonflower poses, bringing the legs down to like a sumo squat. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Toes pointed out. Inhaling down. Trying to build some heat, really warm that body up. And then coming into some sunflowers, you're going to drape the hands towards the ground and then inhale up. Inhale up again. And exhale down. Then we're going to alternate with our moonflowers, elbows down towards our ribs. Inhale up and then exhale to our sunflowers. Feeling that heat a little bit there. We come in this position, placing our hands on our hips, maintain a flat back. Inhale as you exhale, slowly folding over. Maybe placing hands on the mat. Maybe dropping the head. And then taking our left hand to center. And then as we inhale, we're going to reach up with the right hand, rotating towards that right leg. Bring the right hand down the center. As you inhale, reaching up with the left arm. Center those fingertips towards the sky. Then exhale back down. Placing hands back on the hip. I'm going to slowly come up. We're going to step to the top of our mats once again for mountain pose. Evenly distributing that weight between your toes, your big toe, your pinky toe, your heels. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive down. Rain it down. Placing hands beside your feet, stepping back with your right foot. Maybe finding a little movement here. Dropping that right knee toward the mat, coming into our low lunge, pressing to the top of that right foot, and finding that balance. You press down strong, front left leg, strong to the top of that right foot. Tucking the hips up underneath, kind of a little pelvic tip there. Sending the arms up towards the sky, and maybe taking your gaze towards those fingertips. Exhaling, hands down. Frame that front left foot. Bringing that right hand to the inside. Inhale as you exhale, sending the left hand towards the sky. And bring that left hand back towards the mat. Untucking the toes, sending the left foot back to meet the right for downward facing dog. Oh goodness, I got a bee on my mat. I'm not allergic, thank goodness. Try to get him off. Pedaling the feet back and forth. He's still just kind of hanging out here with me. We'll just keep an eye on the bee. Pedaling back and forth, loosening those ankles, those arches, and those calves. Inhale on your next exhale. Send that right foot forward, dropping that left knee toward the mat. Coming in once again to our low lunge. Opposite side, tucking those hips up underneath. Maybe sending the arms up overhead, keeping those shoulders down and relaxed. And taking the gaze towards your fingertips. Exhale the hands down. Bring that left hand inside of that right foot. And then pull the bow and arrow with that right hand. Sending those fingertips up towards the sky. Open opening the chest and the heart. Then exhale, bring that right hand back down to front that front right foot. Inhale as you exhale, send that right foot back to downward facing dog. Inhale as you exhale, bring that knee towards your head towards that left knee, keeping that left foot flexed. Then we're going to send the leg just parallel to the floor, maintaining our hips level. And then inhale that left leg all the way up over towards the right for a three-legged dog as you take your gaze underneath your left arm. Then bring that left foot back down to meet the right. Inhale as you exhale, bring that right knee towards your head towards that right knee. Bring that right leg just parallel to the mat. Toes pointing down towards the ground. And then inhale that right leg all the way up over towards the left as you look underneath your right arm. And then bringing that right foot back down to meet the left. Or downward facing dog. Inhale as you exhale, we're going to come forward to plank. Slowly lowering to chaturanga. Inhale to upward dog. Exhale to downward dog. Once again, we're going to come forward to plank. Slowly lower to chaturanga. Inhale to upward dog. Exhale to downward dog. Just pedaling those feet. Inhale as you exhale. We're going to step forward the left foot. Once again, step forward the right. Letting the body hang. Maybe even grasping your elbows. Swaying back and forth. Bring your hands to center. Placing the left hand in front of your feet as if a little tree topper there, forming the shape of a pyramid. And then as you inhale, and then you're going to bring that right arm up. Get my necklace in my mouth. Right arm up towards the sky. And then exhale, bring that right hand down. Placing the right hand in front of your feet. And as you inhale, sending that left hand up towards the sky. And then bring the left hand back down to meet the right. We're going to inhale halfway up, find that lift. Exhale down. Once again, inhale halfway up. And then exhale down. Inhale as you exhale, step back with your right. Once again, come back with your left, coming into plank, aligning the wrists, elbows, and shoulders. Maybe find a little movement. Slowly lower to chaturanga, squeeze those elbows by your side. Inhale up to upward dog. And then exhale back to downward dog. Inhale as you exhale, we're going to step forward the left foot. This time we're going to come into a standing split, keeping your hands up by that left foot. And as you send the right foot up towards the sky, folding over the left leg. Focusing more on folding over the left leg than how high your right foot is over. Inhale as you exhale, we're going to come down to a curtsy. Bring that right leg behind the left. And then we're going to inhale the right leg up. And we have Lucky joining us today too. And then exhale back down. And then inhale back up. And on the next exhale, we're going to bring the right foot to meet the left. And as we're here, we're going to send the left foot up towards the sky as we fold over our right foot. Exhale down to a curtsy. Bring that left leg behind the right. Inhale up. I got a cattail on my face. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale back down. Good. Inhale it back up. And then bring the left foot to meet the right. Then come halfway lift. Find that flat back. Exhale down. Once again, halfway lift. And then exhale back down. Reverse swan to up. Maintain that flat back. Coming in mountain. Inhaling arms up overhead. Oh, I'm losing my balance here. Inhale, arms up. Pressing, clasping your fingers together. Pressing them up towards the ceiling. Come to a slight back bend. And I'll show you a front view. Ground into your right foot. Lean it over to the left. Breathing in deep to that right side. Inhale back to center. Exhale over to your right. To ground through that left foot. Coming back top of our mats and get a little warmed up here. Into our mountain pose. Inhaling arms up overhead. And then exhaling, coming through our full sun salutation. Placing hands on the mat. Stepping back with your right foot. Stepping back with the left. Slowly lower to chaturanga. Inhale to upward dog. Exhale to downward dog. And the next inhale, coming forward once again for Vinyasa Flow. Squeeze those elbows by your side, lower into chaturanga. Inhale to upward dog. And then exhale to downward dog. Inhale as you exhale. We're going to step forward with the left foot. Rotating that right heel towards the mat, aligning the left heel with the right arch. Coming up to our warrior one. Pulling the left hip back, right hip forward. Maybe sending arms up overhead. Maybe taking the gaze towards your fingertips. Keeping those shoulders down and relax. Inhale as you exhale. We're going to open those hips, coming into warrior two. Taking your gaze over your left fingertips. Hinging at the hips. As you exhale, come to reverse warrior. This time we're going to hinge at the hips. We're going to come into our side angle pose. Place the elbow on the knee, right arm over the right ear. Or maybe taking that left hand all the way to the mat. Creating a straight line from the right fingertips all the way down to the outer edge of that right foot. Inhale as you exhale. We're going to roll that right arm around as we pull the left thigh back, coming into our triangle pose. Maybe taking the gaze up towards those right fingertips. Coming up in our triangle. We're going to hinge at the hips. Come into a reverse triangle. Coming back down. Pulling the left foot in. Rotate our hips. Come into our warrior one. Opposite side. Pulling the left hip forward, right hip back. Sending the arms up overhead. Taking the gaze towards those fingertips. Or up towards the sky. Pretty bird flying above me. We're going to be pressing through the outer edge of that left foot. As you sink down into the lunge of your right leg. Inhale as you exhale, open those hips. Send the hands out, right fingers out in front. Hinging at the hips. Exhale to reverse warrior. Once again, hinging at your hips. Come into our side angle pose. Maybe bringing that right hand down to the mat. Inhale as you exhale, pull that left leg back as you roll that left arm around. Go and do a triangle pose. Opening that chest and heart up to the side wall. Coming up in our triangle, we're going to hinge at the hips. Exhale, once again to reverse triangle. And coming back. Pulling the toe in. Once again, we're going to drop down towards the mat. Maybe sending the feet out a little wider. Coming all the way down. Maybe just hands on the mat. Maybe you can come all the way down and press your head on the mat. Focusing on the breath. And maybe heel toe on your feet back in. And then sending the arms back up. Exhale, hands back down to center. Stepping back up to the front edge of our mat. Coming back to our mountain pose. Inhaling, arms up overhead. Exhale, we're going to come into our chair pose. Sending our arms out and our hips back. Inhale as we elongate. Exhale, we're going to rotate to our twisting chair. Either placing hands on your hips or placing that left elbow on that right knee. Opening the chest and heart to the side. You want to take a little bit deeper, maybe taking that left hand to the mat, extending the right hand up. Inhale as you exhale, coming back to standing forward fold. Reverse swan dive up to mountain. Inhaling, arms up overhead. Once again, exhaling down to chair pose. Inhale as you elongate. Exhale, once again, rotate to the left side, either hands on the hips or elbow to the right knee, or to the right elbow to the left knee, I should say. Maybe even sending the right hand down to the mat, left hand up. Inhale as you exhale, come back to standing forward fold. Inhale as you exhale, step back with the right foot. The next exhale, send the left foot back to downward facing dog. Inhale the left knee forward. Send that left leg up towards the sky, over towards the right for a three-legged dog. Looking underneath your left hand or arm. Inhale as you exhale, we're going to bring that left knee down to that left elbow. And then send that left leg back up. This time we're going to send the left knee to the right elbow, extend the leg out, sending that right hand up for our tilted triangle. And then bring the hand back to the mat. Sending the left foot back to meet the right. Inhale as you exhale, bring that right knee towards your head towards that right knee. And then send that right leg up, over to the left for a three-legged dog. As you look underneath your right arm. You might hear some noise back there. There's a couple little ones running around. Along with the cat, the bee, and the hawk that was flying above. Bring that right knee down. Bring it to that right elbow. And then send that right leg back towards the sky. Inhale as you exhale, bring that right knee towards that left elbow. Send that right leg out. Slowly rolling over towards tilted triangle. Bring the left hand back to meet the right. And the right foot back to meet the left. Inhale as you exhale, come forward for another Vinyasa Flow. Slowly lower the chaturanga. Inhale to upward dog. Exhale to downward dog. Inhale as you exhale. We're going to step forward with the left foot. Rotate that right heel around again. We're going to come up straight to our warrior two. Hinging at the hips. We're going to drop the left hand down to the left and to the in front of that left foot. Coming into our mountain pose. Maybe bringing the right foot in slowly, aligning the arms, and sending that right foot up towards the sky for a half moon pose. Bring the right foot back down. Come back up to our warrior two. Windmill in the hands down. Bring that front left foot. Sit back to downward facing dog. Inhale as you exhale. Bring send the right foot forward. Rotating the left heel towards the mat. So again, we're going to come right up to our warrior two. Some hinge in the hips. Take that right hand to the outside in front of the right leg. Sending the left leg up. Taking your gaze towards his left fingertips. Dropping the left foot back to the mat. Come back to our warrior two. Then windmill the hands down, friend that front right foot. Send it on back to downward facing dog. Maybe finding some movement, maybe swaying the hips. Pedaling the feet. Inhale once again. Bring that left knee toward your head. And left leg all the way up over to the right for three-legged dog. As you exhale, you're going to come into pigeon lunge, bringing that left foot behind, or left knee behind that left wrist, walking the right foot out. Sitting back, if you need, you might need a block underneath that hip. Come to a slight back bend. And then walking the hands out in front. It's a great stretch. You can feel that in your glutes, your hip right there, all the way down your IT band. That iliotibial band that runs the attachments from your hip down to your knee. And it will get tight. Coming back to a slight back bend. Untucking those right toes, sending the left foot back to meet the right. Inhale as you exhale. Bring that right knee towards your head towards that right knee, and then send that right leg up and over to the left for three-legged dog. And then bring that right knee behind the right wrist for a pigeon lunge. So on the opposite side, walking the left foot out. Come to a slight back bend. And then walking the hands out. You might notice one side feels tighter than the other. That is normal. If you feel any grimacing, you just come a little bit out of the stretch. Go to where you feel a slight tension. Coming up to a slight back bend. Tuck those left toes under, send the right foot back to meet the left for downward facing dog. And then we're going to come sitting on our knees, pressing to the top. We're going to come to an enlightened pose, sitting back on our knees. Inhale and arms up overhead. Exhale your right hand down, reach it over with your left. Inhale the center, exhale over towards your left, reach it with that right hand. Coming back to center. Over. Crossing the feet, placing your hands by your knees. We're going to press through our hands and through the tops of our feet, just lifting the knees off the mat. Exhale back down. We're going to cross the opposite foot on top, placing our hands by our knees, pressing through the tops of our feet, pressing through the mat, lifting the knees up. And then pressing down. And cross the feet. Send our feet straight out for our staff pose, keeping those feet flexed. Pulling those toes back towards your shin. Inhale as you elongate up. Exhale. Bring your feet back together for toddler's pose. Once again, send the feet out to staff pose. And then back to cobbler's pose. Or butterfly pose, you might know it as. And then sending the feet out to the opposite corners of the mat. Seated straddle pose. Once again, continue to pull the toes back towards those shins. Inhale as you elongate. Exhale, walk your hands out. Back to a sitting position. Inhale as you exhale. We're going to reach that left hand over towards that right foot. Inhale to center. As you exhale, reach that right hand over to the left foot. Inhale back to center. We're going to bring our feet together once again for staff pose. Bend in the knees. We're going to slowly lower down. We can come into a bridge pose. Bring those feet close to your sits bones. Pressing through your heels and pressing your hips up. Coming into our bridge pose. Maybe walking the shoulders underneath, clasping the hands. Keeping the knees in line with the hips. You want to make sure they're not going out to the side. Keep them in line. This time you can still maintain either the bridge pose that we just did or come into our wheel pose, placing our hands by our head. Press it through our heels, press it through our hands, come to the top of our head, press it all the way up, like a back bend or wheel pose. Maybe coming up on the toes, finding a little more height, and then dropping the heels back down. Slowly coming down, tuck that chin towards your chest. And then to counteract that pose, we're going to pull our knees to our chest, maybe rock back and forth. We're going to come into an inverted pose. If you have a wall, you can just place your feet, your legs up against the wall, or you can just keep your legs right here, straight up, unsupported. If you want to go a little more challenging, lifting the hips, walking your hands up your back, keep your chin tucked towards your chest. Inverted hips or shoulder stand. You can take this and go into a plow pose. If you so choose, slowly dropping the feet back behind your head. Place your arms by your side. Then from here, slowly sending the legs up. Slowly coming back down, all the way down. So slowly lower all the way down to the mat. Coming into our final resting pose. Letting our body fully relax as we inhale. And then as we exhale, feeling that body get deeper and heavier on the mat. Coming into our Shavasana here. Slowly bringing our awareness back to our breath. And breathing in deep to any tightness and tension that you might feel in the body. And then as you exhale, releasing that tightness and tension. This is about as quiet as it gets around my house. You might still hear whispers in the background. There are 4 little ones running around. Either staying in your Shavasana or maybe bringing your awareness back, maybe bending the knees, placing your feet on the mat, wiggling those fingers and toes, maybe opening your eyes. Dropping your knees over to the right or the left to come to a sitting position. Finding a nice comfortable sitting position. Maybe inhaling arms up overhead, exhale hands to heart center. And bowing the head. May the divine light in me honor and cherish the divine light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Well, that concludes our full body Vinyasa Flow for today. I hope you guys come back and join me for our next class.